focuses on gambling. It's coming to Pennsylvania. But as Nydia Hahn reports tonight, along with slots comes controversy about so-called comp or reward cards.
When the Pennsylvania slot parlors open, count on seeing a lot of these reward cards floating around.
As you play, you stick your card in the machine, and it gives you comp points back.
Bill Kearney, a former gambling addict, says the problem is those comp points lead some people into problems.
That's their bait to get you in. That's what justifies, again, your game, your spending.
He says the more you spend, the more comps you get, and the more hooked on gambling you become.
The problem is that because you're getting something, you won't feel the pain.
Last year, Pennsylvania State Representative Paul Clymer proposed a bill that would require casino operators to send monthly statements to all reward card holders, something Kearney strongly supports.
This would include your amount of time you played, how much you won, how much you lost.
Supporters hope the constant reminder would help people catch a gambling problem before it gets out of control.
The person who is spending doesn't realize how much they're spending. They're being treated royally by the casino people. They're getting these rewards, and it's all because they're losing money.
What do consumers have to say?
I think it'd be better for the consumer if they had a monthly statement so they could budget themselves better.
Maybe they would actually see what they're losing.
Action News has obtained a proposal by Donald Trump's developer, which says his casino will consider mailing reward card statements to these nearby Philadelphia zip codes on a quarterly basis. Kearney says that's a start, but not nearly enough.
By the time they realize they got a problem, they won't be able to stop.
When Action News asked the casinos about monthly statements, they had no comment. Meantime, House Bill 1245, which would have mandated monthly statements, ended up in a split vote and did not pass. I'm Nydia Hahn, Channel 6. Action.
Bill, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I have a question for both gentlemen, but more directed to Jerry because he is a publisher in Philadelphia where I live. And Jerry, the question I have for, again, both of you, in another 6, 7, 8 months, they're going to be awarding out the license and locations of the casinos that are opening up, and we're going to have 2 in Philadelphia. One at the Bud plant, possibly, if Trump gets his license. Now, that is...
And these four neighbors don't stop it.
well, remember that. The neighbors may, at least the neighbors are trying, Jerry, because not one councilman, councilwoman, senator, representative of color is taking a stance on this. And if Trump gets if he gets his license and opens up and does $300 to $400 million a year, and if 70% of that comes out of that area of people of color who can least afford to be in a casino that's going to be open 24/7, serve free alcohol beverages, cash personal and government checks, be comping these people to justify their losses. Why is it the NAACP, I got it right, why is it that organization and no organization of color or representation of color is taking a stance on this to protect the people in that area?
Did either of your newspapers have positions on gambling? Did you, when it was an issue being discussed?
We're not opposed to it at the Philadelphia Sun. And I don't think African-American organizations, civil rights-based and Outlook have really taken a position. We receive money from casino operators in Detroit, Michigan, where there's a large branch, and from Las Vegas and in Massachusetts, where there are casinos. So it's not a position that we've taken as a national organization. Up or down.
The phone is Pennsylvania Senator Vincent Fumo. We're sorry to be interrupting his dinner. And from our CNA Philadelphia studio, Bill Kearney, a former gambling addict and the author of Comped, about the roller coaster ride of the casino lifestyle. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Senator, before your food gets cold, let me go to you. One of the things that a GAO study found about legalizing gambling is that some crime rates, including total crime, property crime, embezzlement, and prostitution, increased immediately in places where they legalized it. Is Pennsylvania prepared to up the policing to see that this doesn't happen there?
Well, we're prepared to do that, but I don't think we're going to experience a sharp increase in those crimes because all around us, on all of our borders, there is gambling going on. In fact, probably 1/2 of Atlantic City's revenue comes from Pennsylvania. So we're experiencing the problems that some gamblers would do with embezzlement and things of that nature. In fact, I am the chairman of the board of a bank, and when gambling first came to Atlantic City, we experienced embezzlement with some of our younger tellers. And we didn't even have gambling in Pennsylvania. So I think we were already suffering the social ills of gambling because of its close proximity on our borders. And our view was, if we're going to be having to suffer that, we might as well at least get the revenue from it on the flip side.
Mr. Kearney, you have a number of suggestions that you think any states that legalize gambling should take up, and one of them would somewhat address some of those issues of fraud. You, for instance, don't want them to have ATM things and credit there at the casinos.
But, you know, it's awfully strange when you hear Senator Fumo talk about the crime that we've already experienced and his own bank experience from Atlantic City. I mean, doesn't anyone wonder why you would want something like this in your state? And the funny part about it, and what's going to happen in your state also, when the casinos, there's going to be 2 of them right here in Philadelphia. And right now, Philadelphia is the largest city in the country to host the gaming industry. And when these 2 casinos open up here, it's not going to, the people who are going to use it are going to be the people, the blue-collar workers out of South Philly, Southwest, West, Northeast Philly. These are the people who are going to be in these joints day after day, week after week. It's not going to be the representatives, the governor, his family, and their family members using this product.
One of the things that a lot of the studies look at is the problem of the addicted or pathological gambler, but we don't regulate all of alcohol sales because of the handful of people that have alcohol problems. One of the things that you think we should do to help stop the compulsive gambler is stop comps.
Right. Well, first of all, look, no industry in this country can get away with what this industry gets away with. Number one, can you name one industry that serves free alcoholic beverages while doing business? Now, Senator Fumo's in the banking business. I'm sure he's not allowed to get somebody loaded when he's writing up a mortgage or lending people money. What's going to happen to the construction guy, the roofer, on days like today, the rainy days that we get in this area, the bad weather days, when he's hanging out in the bar blowing 50, shooting pool and buying beer? Now he's going to be in these joints because the availability is going to be here.
Senator Fumo, let me throw it back to you. He makes a good point that if I came in to your bank and signed a mortgage loan, but the whole time I was looking at all the different instruments, you were feeding me highballs and screwdrivers, and I signed a really bad deal, wouldn't I be able to come back to you later and say, wait a minute, I want my money back?
You probably would be able to. But, you know, we had a situation like that with Leonard Toews, who used to own the Philadelphia Eagles, where it was alleged that they got him drunk in Atlantic City and lost his fortune. He sued, and the courts found that that was not the case. But I think you brought up the most important point. I can't regulate 99.5% of the population because of a problem of 0.5% of the population.
Senator Vince Fumo, thanks for joining us. We'll let you go back and enjoy your steak. And Bill Kearney, thanks for trying to help out some folks that may need your help.